Brother, you've been here long enough to know what's up. Two men moving through the same moments, but ending up in very different places. One man is calm, rooted, centered. The other is restless, hungry, reactive. One is a builder. The other has bamboozled himself into thinking he is. Let's begin. Two men waking up on a Tuesday morning, same city, same dating apps, similar look, similar age, both lift weights, both make decent money, both tell themselves they're working on themselves. But the difference between them shows up before either of them even meets a woman. The bamboozler's morning. The bamboozler wakes up after a third snooze, already checking his phone, anxious. Did his angel reply yet? Is their constant narrative flow with each other still intact? Is it time for "Good morning, beautiful" yet? He scrolls dating apps before his feet hit the floor, rereads messages, counts response times. She didn't reply last night. Maybe I said something wrong. His mood shifts before coffee. He stands in front of the mirror and flexes, not out of pride, but hope. Hope that today, someone notices him. Validation for the work he's been doing in the gym. His confidence, it's not stable, it's conditional. If women respond, he feels good. If they don't, he collapses inward. He showers like he's preparing for judgment. Not grounded, not present, already performing. The builder's morning. The builder wakes up to the first alarm. Slow, not lazy, deliberate. Phone stays face down, breath steady. Drinks a glass of water and dresses for the gym. Lifting heavy weights will get his mind right. Difficult things early, start to sharpen his edge before the day. Once back from the gym, it's all about hygiene and grooming. He respects himself. Look good, you feel good. Not because he's auditioning. He doesn't hope for attention. He likes who he is. And he just likes to feel like he's having to glow up every day. He expects nothing. He's locked into what he'll produce today. Hunter-gatherer mode, engaged. And because of that, he's already ahead. Now let me show you the real contrast between the two. That evening, the city hums, the way it always does. Same streets, same neon glow bouncing off the wet pavement, same music bleeding out open bars. One man stepped into the night dressed for the woman he hoped to meet, hoping his look, his timing, his energy would be enough. The other stepped into it dressed for himself. Already full, already moving, already on his way somewhere. Bam, our bamboozler, arrives early, too early. He adjusts his shirt twice before he even sits down, checks the mirror behind the bar, flexes a few times, gets his pump on, just runs his hands through his hair, again, he orders a drink, then another. He scans the room, the way a man scans for approval. Are there hotties here yet? Is he looking? Is anyone looking? The eyes close the bartenders. His phone buzzes. Not her. He feels it in his chest anyway. But Chad arrives later. Not rushed, not late. He made his usual stops on the way in. Friendly words exchanged. A nod here, a handshake there. He nods to the bartender who knows his regular drink. Club soda with a lime, same as always. He adds his usual plate too. His weekly cheap meal. Same order, same night. Earned. He sits where he can see the room without needing his head too much. He doesn't scan faces. He notices movement, energy, tone. When she walks in, he registers it the same way he registers everything else. No slow look up and down, no spike of thought, no shift in breath. A simple, she's got a nice style, appears to take care of herself. Then back to his stories. Information, not stimulation. Then, she steps inside the entry and pauses just long enough for the room to feel it. The bamboozler's head snaps up. An angel. He sits straighter, heart spikes. His mind starts running through scenarios before she even takes her coat off. Okay, don't stare. Smile if she looks over and maintain eye contact like an alpha. Play it cool. He takes a sip of his third drink, a little too fast. She could be my angel. Shaking the rain from her jacket as she takes in the scene, the cold still clinging to her skin. The room's warm, dim, alive. Before she's even fully inside, she feels it. The eyes on her. One man is already looking. His gaze moves fast, a little too fast. From her hair to her face, to her body, and back again, like he's flipping channels. He doesn't know her, but in his head, she's already perfect. Then she notices the other man. He looks up as she comes in, not searching, not scanning, just registering what entered the room. Her eyes meet for half a second. No smile, no hunger, no flinch. And then he looks back down at whatever he was reading, smirking quietly to himself, comfortable, grounded, unbothered. That's what stays with her. It's not the man who saw an angel, the man who just saw a woman. Here's where they really start to separate. Dan doesn't wait. Silence feels uncomfortable, dangerous to him. He's heard real alphas see what they want and go for it immediately. He moves fast. Like if he doesn't act now, the opportunity will disappear forever. Hey, sorry, I just had to say hi. His voice friendly. Eager. He compliments her jacket, then her smile, then her energy. She's still waiting on her drink. He's still waiting on the menu. Still getting her bearings in the room. He keeps talking. She nods, smiles politely, hoping to stay set for momentum. Chad stays seated, or just a few seats over. Out of the corner of his eye, he watches. Not her, but dynamic. He notices how this bamboozler leans forward, how he feels every gap. Her shoulders staying tight. Her smile doesn't quite settle, but she feels idealized, listed, but turned into something unreal. Time stretches, the bar fills in around them. When Chad finally does stand, it's not to interrupt, it's because he's finished his drink. As he passes behind Bam, the angel glances back, almost instinctively. Chad meets her eyes with a quick smirk. Not sympathy, not rescue, but an amused. You're handling him just fine. Then he's gone. Bam keeps talking, not pausing, not checking in, just drilling forward. What do you do? Where are you from? How long have you lived here? He laughs early, before the punchline land. He nods too much. He leans in every time she speaks, like her words are oxygen. She answers, but she's also watching. Wow, this guy's trying really hard. He doesn't actually know anything about her yet. Not what's he like, not how she thinks, not what kind of day she's been having. Ugh, is there one of these guys at every bar? She notices how he reacts when she pauses, how his energy spikes when she looks away. He fills the silence with stories. He explains his job, he explains his past, he explains what he's looking for. I hope he goes away soon. He doesn't realize he's already lost the moment. Once Bam finally drifts away, this angel exhales. She settles back into her seat, shoulders loosen, breath evens out. She takes in the room again, and without really meaning to, her eyes drift. She spots Chad, a few steps away, standing off to the side, hands relaxed, posture easy, but clearly still enjoying his night. Not watching her, not scanning the room, just present. He notices her looking his way, lifts his head slightly. Doesn't turn his body, doesn't move closer, just that same knowing smile. So, he says, more amused and curious, you two planning an international vacation soon? The beginning of dog together? He lets the silence do the work, and goes quiet again. She blinks and blushes, not because she's confused, because the comment landed clean. It wasn't aggressive, wasn't curious, wasn't fishing, isn't played. Named what just happened. She lets out a small breath she didn't realize she was holding. Yeah, I'd love to be stuck on a plane with that guy, she says. A silent eye roll and a faint laugh slipping out. Definitely nothing like that, but Chad nods once. Yeah, that tracks. No follow-up, no push, no reposition of his body. He takes another sip of his drink. The moment can end right there. And somehow, that's what keeps it alive. From across the room, Bam checks his phone again. No reply yet. And why is she smiling at that guy? But he replays the interaction in his head while draining the rest of his drink. Too fast? Too much? Maybe she just needed more time. He stands abruptly. If his angel is gonna stay here, he won't be able to talk to any other women. Plenty of bars on this block. No reason to waste the night. Instead of padding my percentages. He heads a few doors down, scanning reflections in the dark windows as he walks. Another room, another chance, another angel maybe? Inside the next bar, louder, brighter, messier. He leans against the counter and pulls his phone back out. He types up another message. Hey, angel. Hope I didn't come on too strong. I go after what I want. LOL. He exhales, like he's done something productive. Back at the first spot, a gap opens between Chad and the angel. Not awkward, not forced, just space. That kind of space most people rush to fill. Chad doesn't stare into it, doesn't disappear either. He leans back slightly, one arm resting easy on the bar, a faint smile still hanging there, comfortable in the pause. She notices it before she realizes why she's noticing it. No pressure, no expectation. She shifts slightly on her stool, not toward him exactly, but closer, to a quieter center of the room. The conversation hasn't been claimed yet. It's available. She feels the urge to say something. So, she says, surprising herself, is this your regular spot? Chad looks up from his glass, meets her eyes. The same easy expression. Present, not probing. Once a week, he says. Same night. Good food, friendly servers. Chill crowd. There's no hurry in it. No performance. She waits. He doesn't rush Chad more. Just takes a small sip, still smiling. Like the moment's unfolding exactly like it should. She smiles, despite herself. That sounds intentional. The corner of his mouth lifts. It is. The silence returns. Still calm, and somehow warmer. She shifts again, then lets out a small laugh. More herself than anything. Wow, she says half-crying. I hope I don't sound that guy earlier. She watches him closely now, waiting for annoyance, waiting for correction. Chad's smile doesn't fade, doesn't sharpen. Anything softens. You don't, he says, simply, giving her a more open smile. But jumping to comfort her. No comparison, no point made. Her shoulders loosen. Nothing's being sold. Just the quiet sense that this feels different. And she wants to understand why. So she finds herself talking again, about the rain, about the day she had, about how she almost didn't come out tonight. Chad listens, not nodding excessively, not leaning in, not interrupting, just present, in a way she can tell he's actually thinking about what she said. He stays relaxed in his seat, one foot up casually on the arm, posture open, but contained. This place matters to him. The faces behind the bar know him. So do the regulars near the corner. He doesn't make sudden moves, doesn't mark territory, doesn't turn the moment into spectacle. When she finishes a thought, he doesn't rush to respond. Sometimes he lets it land, sometimes he just takes a sip of his drink. She notices something strange happening. She's slowing down, choosing her words more carefully, paying attention to what she's saying, not how it's being received. She's feeling seen, not consumed. A quick pause here, brothers. If you want to build the kind of calm you're hearing in Chad right now, the kind that doesn't rush, doesn't audition, and doesn't burn your own peace, I break that down step by step in my book Builder vs. Bamboozler, linked in the description. Alright, back to the story. At one point, she laughs. Wow, she starts shaking her head slightly. I'm talking a lot. Chad smiles, easy, familiar. The same smile he gives the bartender when the plate comes out right. You're fine, he says. You sound like someone who knows herself. That's it. No compliment stack, no escalation, no attempt to lock anything in. She doesn't need to push the moment forward. If it moves, it'll move cleanly. Something in her chest tightens anyway. Not excitement, not nerves, recognition. This man is different. He likely has options. Maybe they're better than I am. Meanwhile, somewhere louder, Bam's phone buzzes. Finally. He straightens instantly. I'm hovering. Leaf spikes before the message finishes loading. You're sweet. I'm heading out of town though. Have a good night. His stomach drops. He stares at the screen. She didn't ask a question. She didn't end that continuation. She didn't open the door. He types anyway. Deletes it. Types again. Have fun, and let me know when you get back in town. Hits send and puts the phone face down, like that'll help. Back at the first door, She checks the time. I should probably get going, she says. But Chad nods, as what disappointment flashes across his face. No grab for the moment. Yeah, I'll be in and out soon too, he replies. But then, with that same easy tone, I suppose I'll need to start planning that vacation with your man from earlier on. He smiles. Not, we should do this again. Not, can I get your number? Just acknowledgement. She stands, hesitates. The bar feels steady, unrushed. Then she says, it was nice talking to you. She gives him a laugh. He meets her eyes, that same calm presence. You too. That's all. He doesn't chase her out the door, doesn't follow, doesn't watch her leave like something's been taken from him. In the quiet of her car, the angel exhales. She thinks about the night, the attention, the pressure, the effort. Then the stillness, the humor, the ease. One man tried very hard to be chosen. The other seemed more interested in protecting his peace than winning anything. Her phone buzzes. Another message from Bam. She doesn't open it. She deletes it. Chad walks home unhurried. Same pace as when he arrived. No replay, no analysis. He didn't gamble his reputation, but didn't burn his body enjoys. Didn't trade something solid for a maybe. He enjoyed his cheap meal, had a good laugh, observed something interesting. He doesn't feel like anything is missing. That was enough. Later, the angel lies in her bed, scrolling absently. She pauses, then opens her contacts. She doesn't have Chad's number. That surprises her. Not because she expected it, but because part of her realizes she would have said yes. She stares at the ceiling for a moment, and for what feels like the third or fourth time that night, she feels something close to curiosity. And then, maybe I'll go back next week. Same city, same night. One man spent it hoping, the other spent it grounded. Only one of them is thought about afterward. Brother, are you a builder or a bamboozler? Which one do you want to be? I'm proud of you, brother. Be proud of yourself. And check out the link to my book, Builder vs. Bamboozler, in the description. It'd be the best $12 you ever spent.